Navamanyet kaichit Namach buddhya suyeta sarvadeva mayo guruhu. हे अकारण करुणा पतित पावन श्री कृष्ण, तुमसे विमुख होने के कारण अनादिकाल से हमने अनंत अनंत दुख पाए एवं पा रहे हैं। पाप करते करते अंतःकरण इतना मलिन हो चुका है कि रसिकों द्वारा यह जान भी अपने भुजाओं के पसारे अपनी वात्सल्यमयी दृष्टि से हमारी प्रतीक्षा कर रहे हो, तुम्हारी शरण में नहीं आ पाता। O my divine beloved, causelessly merciful Sri Krishna, having ignored you since time immemorial, I have been suffering. Due to sins committed lifetime after lifetime, my mind have become so polluted that even though your saints are telling me you're waiting for me with arms outstretched to embrace me, with a divine life to grace me, still I fail to surrender to you completely. All glories to Sri Radhesham, all glories to all saints and sages, all glories to the Devas, all glories to you all aspiring souls. Thank you for joining me. Jai Sri Radhe. The last delusion is to think I am God. God is realized in three stages: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Once when Narada was visiting Dwarka, Sri Krishna's abode, he was returning from the divine kingdom, and as he was descending, the people in Dwarka saw as if the sun had risen in the night and is descending. How luminous and effulgent was this big light that was descending rapidly towards Dwarka. In Dwarka, the people thought, and they kept looking. As they looked, they saw as that ball of light is approaching them, there was a form within it. And when Narad stood among them in the city of Dwarka, they saw, oh, it's Dev Rishi, the celestial saint, have come to visit us. So Bhagavan, God, Sri Krishna, is realized in these three stages. Jnanis realize when that God is Nirakar, Nirgun, Nirvishesh. He has no form. He is light that pervades everything and permeates everything. It's the source of energy of the atomic field. That light is a unified field that supports every other subtle field, such as the etheric field, the atomic field, even the God particle called the bosons. So this invisible light called Brahman, because we only see visible light. White light is what we see. We don't see any other spectrums of light like X-rays or ultraviolet or infrared. Certain creatures like the bees, they see ultraviolet, they see, so we are limited. God designed us only to see visible light. Under certain magnification and certain optical equipment, we can understand that there are many spectrums of light. But Brahman is an invisible light that permeates and is the upholder of everything. It pervades the entire multiverse and it permeates everything, even atoms. So Gyanis, those who have a certain degree of knowledge, come to the realization that God is formless. He has no form. He has no qualities, no attributes. He is just Satchitanand. That light is full of bliss, it's conscious, and it's eternal. The second realization of God is of yogis who can understand that God is the resident within each soul. Ya Atmani Tishtati. God resides in each soul. Yogis have this realization. And they understand that God resides in each soul. He is making notes of all that we do, good, bad, and devotional deeds. He is then considering the appropriate consequence, and he is laying out the path by which we can experience the consequence of our deeds, good, bad, and devotional. Varta manuvartante manusha parta sarvasyaha, the Lord says, that every human being, every living entity follows the path that I have laid out, because God gives the fruit of our deeds. So He allocates us in certain family groups, certain meetings with different people. Everyone that you know who love you, who hate you, who are offensive, who oppose you, who are support to you, in whatever experience you have with the entire world of people, it's all the Supreme Lord's creation for the path that you must experience your karmic account. So this is Paramatma realization. Then God in His original personality, His original form, because Brahman and Paramatma are expansions of Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna is called Avatari, which means the source of all avatars. Lord Shiva, Mata Parvati, all the Devis and Devtas, they are expansions of the Divine Lord. Sri Vishnu, they are countless Vishnus, they are countless Brahmas, they are countless Shivas, because they are countless universes. Each universe has a Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva to maintain things as they need to be. And this all comes from Swayam Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna says, Brahmano hi pratishta hi aham. Know that I am the source of the all-pervading Brahman. You see, Gyanis, those who have Brahman realization, have come to the conclusion that Brahman is the source of Krishna. No, it's the other way around. Krishna is the source of Brahman. He himself is saying, declaring, Brahmano hi pratishta hi aham. I am the source. I am the basis of the all-pervading Brahman. So God is realized in these three stages, in these three aspects. However, only someone who have attained correct understanding, the grace of a Rasik saint, you need to be given the seed of devotion through the mercy of a God-realized soul, which is a very rare experience to have. Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam eva prapadyante vasudeva sarvamiti. Sahat samahatma sudur labha. After countless births, bahunam janmanam, after countless births, one comes to the realization that Vasudev, Sri Krishna, is who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bahunam janmanam ante, after countless births. And such an individual, some Mahatma, such a great soul, Sudurlabha, is very rare to find. So to attain the mercy of a true saint, by which you can get Bhakti Lata Beach, which means the seed of devotion planted in your heart, the seed of devotion for Sri Krishna planted in your heart, which is only a Rasik saint, someone who worships and adores Srimati Radharani, the pinnacle of love, the Supreme Personality of divine bliss and divine love is Srimati Radharani. And her followers, those who are God-realized saints, are very rare. So if you get the foot dust or the charnamrit, the water that washes the feet of a God-realized saint, or the prasad, the remnants of food eaten by him, these three things, then you will receive the seed of divine love, Bhakti Lata Beach, the seed of devotion for Sri Radha Krishna. Then you can have Bhagavan realization. So Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, is the source of Paramatma and the source of Brahman. Brahmano prasishtehi aham amritavyavya. He is also the source of immortality. Souls are immortal because God is immortal. If Sri Krishna should leave the soul, right now the soul becomes nothing. It's only because God resides in the soul, and from the Divine Lord residing in the soul, you have understanding, you have sense control, mind control, you have all of these abilities are generated by the fact that God lives in the soul. The soul has no consciousness of its own. God is the consciousness of the conscious soul. And because God is eternal, the soul will also be eternal. Just like the sun has two energies, light and heat. But without the ball of fire called the sun, there will not be light and heat. Light and heat will not exist without the sun. So in the same way, Brahman and Paramatma cannot exist without Sri Krishna. So the last delusion is to think I am God. No. Jnanis and those who have a limited understanding of God. They do have some understanding, they do have some knowledge, but they don't have the realization that Jivir Swarupya Hoy Krishnir Nityadas, that all souls are eternal. So those who are worshipping the formless aspect of God, they know that all souls are eternal. They know that they are part of God, but they don't have the realization that they are eternal servants of God. They think, Soham, Shivoham, Soham, I am Shiva, I am God. No, the absolute truth is, Dasoham, I am a servant of God. When you come to that understanding that you are an eternal servant of God, then in this humble understanding, you see, if you think you're God, then you will have the pride of being God. But can any soul create, maintain, and destroy the material universe? No. No soul can do that. Brahma, our creator, among countless Brahmas, countless Vishnus and countless Shivas, they're all empowered. They're empowered by Sri Krishna to do what they do. Avagyan nanti mam mudha manasim tanum ashritam tyakva deham avagyananti mam mudha manasim tanum ashritam param bhavam agyananto mama bhutam maheshwaram. Sri Krishna says in 9:11 of the Gita that ignorant persons, meaning those who are still deluded, foolish persons, mudha, ignorant persons, not knowing the transcendental nature of my form of human features when the Lord comes as a human being. Such individuals think that Brahman, the formless, all-pervading energy of Bhagavan Krishna, is the source of Krishna, is the source of the avatars. The reality is that Krishna's birth and activities are divine. He himself is saying so. And so these ignorant persons blaspheme God, maybe knowingly or unknowingly, because they are thinking that the formless aspect of God's divine Brahman energy is God, not knowing that Sri Krishna is the source of that. Brahmano hi pratishta hi aham. I am the source of that all-pervading Brahman, the supporter and the upholder of countless multiverse. This offense of thinking that God is a mere mortal is why they don't have any deep understanding of who and what God is in reality. So Sri Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam, that one who understands my birth and activities to be divine, who comes to know this, upon leaving this body, he attains my state. He comes to me. What is God's state? God is Satchit Anand. He lives in an eternal, youthful, divine body that cannot be burnt, wet, dried, or pierced. Does not grow old, beyond diseases, beyond old age. Full of perfect knowledge of past, present, and future. And full of bliss. Such an individual never experiences sorrow. So, that's why Sri Krishna says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyas chasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato gyatva vishate tad anantaram. Only those who love me, those who become my devotees, can know me in reality, who I am, what I am, how I am, why I am. All questions can be answered by becoming a devotee of Sri Krishna. There is still confusion in those who still want something. Real devotion for God is someone who wants nothing from God. All you want is to remain His eternal servant, lovingly serving without any desire. Mam janmani janmaneshwari bhavatat bhakti rahaytuki tvai ahaytuki, without any personal desires. I don't mind even I am born again and again. I have to come to this world again and again. I don't mind. If I go to hell, heaven, as long as I can love and serve you without any material or even spiritual desires. Janmani, mam janmani janmani eshwari. I don't even want the liberation, which is the desire of jnanis. I don't want any kind of nidhi siddhis, which is the desire of yogis. A true bhakt has no other aspiration except to love and serve Sri Krishna. What he wants to do, what he wants to give, it's all okay. He's completely surrendered to the Supreme Lord. Ashlisha va parartam pina ashtu mam adarshanam marmahatam karotu va yata tata va viratulam patmat pranat ashtu sevana paraha. True surrender is described by Lord Chaitanya. My Lord, O maintainer and creator of this universe, if you embrace me with affection or love, I really delight in that. If you refuse to acknowledge me, refuse to give me your darshan, refuse to allow me to experience your presence, and you treat me like a stranger, I come to you and you say, who are you? I don't know you. You treat me like a stranger, then that's okay. And even if you crush me under your feet, I don't mind. All things you can do, I am yours to do as you please with me. And know, my Lord, that because I will hold this mental disposition in which all things I consider to be your grace, therefore my love for you will keep on increasing. You see, what we are suffering from in our relationship with God is that we only expect good things from God. But like in the book of Job, Job asked this question: should I only accept the blessings of God and refuse His curses? They are both mine. They are born of my karmic account. I have lived countless lives, and my sanchit karmas, the storehouse of all my countless activities, Sri Krishna is giving the fruit of that. So whether good or bad experience, whether gain or loss, I should embrace it without complaint. Not be too excited when I get something good, and not to be dismayed when something bad happens. Be neutral in both conditions. So my Lord, you can do with me as you please, because all things work together for my good, because you are merciful. I know you are arranging life through birth, death, disease, old age, all for my benefit. You see, the soul is not suffering these conditions. Your mind is. And because you live on the platform of mind consciousness, you're suffering. You need to live on the platform of soul consciousness. Then you will become the observer of good and bad, and not identify with good and bad experiences as your experience. You're just the observer of them. And it's Sri Krishna's doing whatever he is doing. He's giving me the fruit of my activities, good and bad. So I should gracefully accept them, and now use this rest of my days in the earth to love and serve him, and perform only pure, good, decent deeds, so that my future experiences will also be good, pure, and decent. See, no one who is wicked can be happy. No one wicked can be peaceful. You have to become good, pure, and decent. Then you will experience peace. Then you will experience God. So the last delusion is what Gyanis experience. They think that God is Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar, which is true. God, his energy and him is no different, because everything about God is absolute. Just like when Sri Krishna comes to the earth and performs pastimes, all the associates of the divine kingdom accompany him, and they assume different roles in his pastimes. But they are all divine souls, just like him. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyaschasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato gyadva vishate taranantaram. Only a devotee of mine can know me in reality, who I am, what I am, how I am. After knowing me, they enter into my association. They come to me and live with me among my associates, who are the same as myself. Thank you very much. May you all aspire to know God in full. Become cognizant of the fact that you are an eternal servant, and strive to be that. Jai Shri Radhe.